In this episode, I'll be sharing with you the secrets I took from being stressed with money to achieving that sort of effortless life that is free from financial stress. And it is all about those small, almost forgettable habits and the details. The devil is in the details. The best part is that these 10 habits don't require a lot of research. They do not require a lot of elaborate routines. I am not getting you to wake up at 5 a.m. And honestly, some may even surprise you. Also, before we get started, for those watching this podcast episode on YouTube, I am wearing a fake Aura ring, like just the ring right now, like the little plastic thing, because I am on a wellness journey, guys. Like 2025, I think when you figure out how much your health matters when it comes to like living your best life, it really surprises you. This was not cheap though. I am very upset about how much I spent on this, and I got gold, which is like the more expensive option. But if you see me and you're like, Sim, why are you wearing like kind of a white wedding band plastic thing with the number 8 on it? It is not what it seems. Anyway, the first micro habit is making sure that you're only spending half of your bonuses. If you ever get a bonus, like I know the feeling when I see a little bit more money hit my bank account and I'm like, okay, we're living it up. We're going out. Like, how many times do you tell someone in your life, like, oh my God, I got a bonus? And they're like, haha, like dinner on you. And you're like, actually, no, like, I don't want to spend this. What I've always done is if I've ever gotten a bonus, whether it's in my job or I've made a little bit more money in a business that I wasn't expecting to, I put half of it away as if I never saw that money. Like, oh, I got $5,000. No, I didn't. I actually got $2,500. And I will spend half of it because it is important to treat yourself. Like, trying to make sure that you live in this poverty mindset is not going to work. Like, pretending, cosplaying being poor is not the best way to make money. So spend a little bit, treat yourself, go out, get the spa, get the facial, get the matcha, get the whatever you need, but put half of it away. And what you'll end up doing is it's not like and or. The micro habit is not either I am this spending like crazy person, I'm a shopaholic, I spend all my money. And you're also not this like frugal person that doesn't enjoy life at all and spends none of it. You want to learn that you can spend a little bit and put some away for a rainy day. The second micro habit that I use is negotiating my bills every single year. I don't think you realize that everything in life is negotiable. And I have to thank my Indian mother for going into department stores and being like, oh, well, I'm buying 3 of these bras, so surely I can get a discount. And they're like, ma'am, this is like a farmer's, like we don't do that. And she's like, but can we ask? Can we try? Everything is negotiable. And in fact, 78% of people who have asked for discounts save an average $120 a year, according to Consumer Reports in 2022. What is $120 to you? Is that going to be the difference between you living a rich life and not? Probably not, but you are going to negotiate like you are Harvey Specter in Suits. You are negotiating not just one thing, but all of your utility bills, your internet bill, your water bill, your rates bills. Like, just spend 5 minutes once a year calling up these places and asking for a better rate. You will be so surprised. My friend called up American Express, the credit card company, and they were like, hey, like, I just don't use it that much anymore. I don't really need it. They're a doctor. They're working so hard, but they're not going out and they're not spending any of their money. And the American Express credit card representative said to them, oh my God, no worries. Would you like it if we gave you like an extra $500 worth of spending dollars? And would that keep you on? And my friend was like, oh, okay, yeah, I can. And so that was like $500 extra for holidays, for trips. They went and saw Taylor Swift in Australia like 3 times. But all I'm trying to say is that you need to be able to negotiate bills. They are not set in stone, and those providers need you. Like, you are the one holding the power. You are the one that is like, I can go elsewhere. And this is the script that I would use with them. Hey, I've been with so-and-so company for about X amount of years. I've always had my payments on time. Are there any loyalty or discounts or promotions that I can use? You can also use current discounts or promotions going on. Like, let's say you're with an electricity company and you see that they're offering like $1,000 off to new people that join. You can say, hey, I've been with you guys. Like, I know that I have already joined, but I'd like to get this promotion. And you can save hundreds of dollars in doing this. Even if you go to like any software that you use and you go to the cancel my subscription option, no one ever cancels your subscription straight away. They send you to a page and that page is like, please don't they are like an ex that will not let you go. They're like, but they start like negotiating with you. They're like, but I promise I won't cheat again. I promise I won't do this. I promise I won't do that. This time I will be loyal. This time I will be a good partner. And so what you do is when you click cancel my subscription, it doesn't send you to like, okay, yeah, no worries, fine. It sends you to a page that's like, well, what if you stayed on and we gave it to you for half price? What if you stayed on for another year and rather than paying $100, your bill is only $50 for the year? Like, no one is more desperate than a SaaS company that is trying to get you to stay on their subscription. I promise you. And adding this up starts to make a huge difference. The third micro habit that I use is combining gifts. I have a gripe with the amount of times I have been gifted a candle or that people gift candles. Like, why are we spending? And there is no end to how expensive candles are. Like, you can get a $20 candle, a $30 candle, a $100 candle. And I just don't think we need any more candles. I remember growing up and seeing that like everyone should buy women candles. And I was like, why? Like, give me something I want. Do not give me a candle. And so in university, when my friends and I were, broke uni students, we did not have the money to buy someone something nice. And over our dead body, we were going to buy her a candle. So what we would do is we would choose one really, really nice item, like maybe something that was like $100 or $200. And we would all chip in together. We would pull our money in together and buy a high quality, meaningful gift. It's also, I would say, in my opinion, more sustainable to get them one nice thing than lots of little knickknacks. Like, I personally would rather have one nice handbag or one nice expensive vase than like 5 little plasticky things that I'm never going to use, and it breaks my heart. Also, you can gift them experiences by all pulling in money together. You can send them on a little trip. You can send them to go and get a spa or a facial. You can send them for a massage. And this is backed by science. Research shows that spending on valuable items increases happiness way more than smaller, forgettable purchases. And like, if you think back to it, how many times have you been gifted something that you just wouldn't have bought and someone got it for you clearly because they had just forgotten that it was your birthday? It was like, oh my God, last minute, quick purchase. You never looked at it again. We are not doing that anymore. We are going to spend little bits of money together to buy one much nicer item. The fourth micro habit that I like to use is making sure that I am buying all my beauty and skincare in November. Right now, it literally feels like every celebrity and their mum and their sister has a beauty line, and that is okay. Like, I wanted more blush, so thank you, Rare Beauty. Like, I wanted more hair oil, so thank you to the lady with the B family. Like, I want more products. I think products are great, but if you're anything like me and you are tempted by every new skincare launch, you're like, oh no, this is the serum that changes everything. No. This is the eyeshadow palette that is going to take me to the next level. Like, my life wasn't that great, but now with this vitamin C drop, it is over. But I have learned my little pro move, which is that I will buy these things, but I will wait till November, because Black Friday deals and holiday deals offer up to 50% off the same items that you were going to buy anyway. And so it allows me a chance not only to save big time on skincare and makeup updates, but it also lets me do it all at the same time so I can figure out, do I even use these products within a year? Because I have like 2 shelves of skincare. One shelf is the stuff that I actually use. The second shelf are things that I thought I needed, the things that I thought I would finish, and I have used them like a couple of times, and they are still waiting there. Like, they are just like, Sim, I thought you wanted the serum on your face. And I was like, look, I thought I wanted that too. That is why I bought you. I thought I wanted that mask. I thought I wanted all these things. I thought I needed another hydration serum. But realistically, like the stuff I use and then the stuff that I think I will use one day in case of an emergency. And so every November, what I do is I will just rebuy the stuff I use. And I don't know what that stuff is going to be until that time comes. And then I do my big haul. I do my big buy. Most of these things last a year anyway. And so not only am I saving money, I'm also saving on the fact that I don't need to buy things that I know I'm not going to fit into my everyday routine. The fifth micro habit that I am doing is I like to update my LinkedIn quarterly. Well, to be honest, I update it a lot more often than quarterly, but if you are listening and you're like, okay, time to exit this video, time to exit this podcast, like LinkedIn is not part of God's plan for me. I hear you. Just wait, just hear me out. Just give me a second. Profiles with 100% completion get 40% more recruiter contacts. And even if you are not job hunting, even if you are not looking to change, it is such a great way to grow your career, because growing your career means growing your salary. We are not on LinkedIn to make friends. We are on LinkedIn to secure our bag. We are not on LinkedIn to get likes on a post. We are on LinkedIn to get an increase in our salary. We are not on LinkedIn to try and see what other people are doing. We are on LinkedIn so that we can retire quicker and get out of this like little rat race experience so much faster. Even if you're not job hunting, there is going to be freelance, there's going to be collaboration opportunities, things that will come your way. Even if someone's like, hey, so-and-so, like, I see that you're on LinkedIn. We're looking to like offer you a new salary and a new job, and it's like 20K more than you're currently making. You can use that as leverage and go to your old boss and be like, hey, I just have a LinkedIn. I wasn't even looking out for this opportunity, and someone wants to give me like more than I'm making right now. Like, can we chat? Is this something we can, like you just look more desirable, and to your boss, like that just makes them want to keep you around more, because they're like, damn, like, everyone else wants her. Maybe I should incentivize her to stay with better salary and better perks. All you have to do to update your LinkedIn is like make sure that you make a little post about something that you've achieved, a project that's done well, just once a quarter. It is not hard. It is like 5 minutes. Like, hey, we're really lucky over Q2. We achieved like 10% higher revenue for the company. We decreased costs by 4%. Like, that's impressive. That's incredible. And even if people don't understand your industry, people understand what winning looks like. And so personally, like I will post once a week, because I am insane, of just something that's gone well. I'll be like, our YouTube has grown, or our podcast has grown, or our Instagram followers have grown, or, we've done more in revenue, or this and that. And even if someone has no idea what I do for work, they do know that every single week I'm winning. And that is enough to create more opportunity for myself. And updating your LinkedIn, just making sure it looks clean, have a nice photo, have a nice bio, just like look at my account and get an idea of like how I've set it up and just literally copy it. Like, that is all you need to do. And at the end of the day, like, we are on social media anyway, we might as well be on the one that makes us more money in the long term. The next micro habit that I want to talk about is reinvesting your dividends. Warren Buffett said, if you do not find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. And on one hand, I get what he's trying to say. Like, yeah, okay, you're right, Warren, like, fine. But he also says it in a way that's like this annoying grandfather that you're just like, I hear you. Thank you. I'm just trying to eat my dinner. Like, I hear you, but right now, I have like other things going on in life, and this is not helping unless you tell me how to do this. Like, this is not making me feel any better. But I'm here to share with you what actually works and the micro habit that has made such a difference for me. Reinvesting any of the money that you make in the share market instead of pulling it out when you were at the start of your journey makes such a difference. In fact, it accounts for 40% of the S&P 500's total return since 1930. This is from a Morningstar 2022 review. And what that means, because, that's a lot of jargon, that's like 5 words that don't make sense. What that means is that if you invest your money and your money ends up giving you a little bit of money, you invest in the S&P 500 and you get like $1 or $2 or $10 back in dividends, rather than pulling that money out, putting it in your bank account, because it's kind of like rent that you get, you can, leave it back in the market and just buy more shares. And so if you think about it, it's just like this never-ending loop of you've bought these shares, the shares make you dividends every single year, and then you just use those dividends to buy more shares. And so you're not even putting extra money down, you are just making money on the money that your money has earned. And that is a micro habit that has caused such a change, and it basically allows compound interest to grow your portfolio. It is like one of the 8 wonders of the world. It is one of the best things that you can do yourself, and it is literally free money growing more money for you so that you can live like Warren Buffett and make money, quote unquote, when you sleep. The 7th micro habit that I use is saving beyond cash, because inflation is quietly stealing from you. Inflation is not our friend. Inflation cannot sit with us. And inflation is this like nasty thing that on average around 2% per year, more in the last couple of years, erodes the cash value that you have. And annoyingly, a lot of women and a lot of people of color, we keep a lot of our money in cash because we have been grown up being taught like, do not trust the government, do not put your money in the bank. You might need it. What happens? Just like save it, put it under like a suitcase, put it under your mattress. Like, do not put your money away in the market. However, inflation drops the value of your cash every year. And so imagine if you have $100, every year $2 or 2% gets cut off. That is not what we want. That is not going to get us closer to our goals. That is not going to get us closer to retiring early on a beach with a nice drink. Like, that just makes life harder. And instead, if you have a diversified portfolio, that can grow 2.5 times faster than cash over 20 years, according to a Vanguard 2021 study. Investing in bonds, in REITs, and ETFs, instead of leaving your money idle, is like almost a non-negotiable in my mind, because I just truly believe that if I want to grow my money, I am willing to take just a little bit of risk, just, enough risk, just a little dip of my toe of risk. It's diversified. I'm not putting it all in one company and hoping that it does well. I'm spreading it across hundreds, if not thousands of companies, instead of just leaving it for inflation to eat away. The 8th micro habit I have, and this was something I think I read in like one of those magazines, like those mum magazines, or I heard it off somewhere, but it is eating before I go grocery shopping. I know I am not the only person that if I turn up to the supermarket and I have not eaten, I'm not just there to buy the groceries that I need for the week. I'm like, you know what? I also want to make a muffin. I'm going to buy a muffin mix. It would be nice to have some snacks. I'm going to buy these extra snacks. It would be such a good idea. I want hot chocolate. I'm going to buy a hot chocolate mix. Like, I just end up spending as if this is the last week of my life, and I need to make sure that every hour of the day there is food and snacks accessible to me, and that I will be chomping down on all of it. But this is not just my own experience. In fact, a study from Cornell in 2015 found that shopping hungry leads to 64% more impulse buys than if you were shopping on a full stomach. Just have a little snack. Like, even if you have like a protein bar or a banana, or even just a slice of bread if you're running out of time, if you just turn up being full, you are turning up not being desperate. It is the same as if you are turning up to a job interview being like, I already have a job, so if I don't get this, like, I don't need it. But if you turn up and you do not have a job, you're like, okay, I'm just taking, you're walking into that supermarket with bad juju, with bad energy, and you're just going to spend so much more money. Now, the 9th micro trend that I'm doing is deleting shopping apps. I have never quite understood why I liked shopping apps until I really thought about it, and I figured out they just make life easy and they're very satisfying. And the reason they're satisfying is because companies spend millions of dollars to develop a very beautiful, seamless, like instant gratification app that makes you want to buy more. And it's just like, why are the shopping apps so much easier to use than doing it from a website? It is because they want you to. They want you to overspend. They want to be able to have an app on your phone so that you can get a notification and a little ping, hey, we have a sale, hey, we have this, hey, jump on. In fact, a 2008 study found that retail apps encourage overspending due to the instant gratification, and deleting apps reduced unnecessary spending by 30% in a single year. year. So now I have gone ahead and I have deleted every single shopping app on my phone, because if I need to buy something, I will go onto the website and I will buy it. But I do not need reminders 12 times a day when I'm scrolling through my phone that I have an ASOS app or I have some other app and I could just like buy a dress or buy a pair of shoes, or like, I don't need those things. I can want them and I can spend, but I should spend with intention and not just because it makes me feel good. And there's something in my monkey brain that like gets a little high when I hear those pings and I see the like seamless app, because those apps, like honestly, app developers, if you're watching this, congratulations. Like you have done so well. I love spending money on your apps. The final micro trend is saving positive feedback that you get in your email account. Now, what I like to do is have a folder in my Gmail account. I call it kudos, but you can also just call it like praise, positive feedback, or feedback. And it is like a little label. So if you open your Gmail app or whatever email account you use, you can create a label. And anytime you get something that's positive, you just label it or you star it. And then when it comes time to advocating for yourself, whether it's a performance review, whether it's like a salary negotiation, you can pull that up and be like, oh yeah, well, here are like the 12 instances you, my manager, has said that I've done a really good job. And because of that, like you're not using their words against them, but you are saying like, hey, don't forget, like I have the receipts, because the girls that get the receipts and the girls that bring the receipts are the girls that make the money. The girls that show the receipts of like, well, this is what you've said and this is what I've achieved. And here's a reminder of like how you were so proud of what I achieved. Like, what is your manager going to say? No, I didn't. Whereas if you just like say like, hey, you've said I've done really well this year, but you do not have evidence or proof, they're going to be like, yeah, I'm sure I did. And I probably did to all these other people. But if you turn up like screenshots and you're not aggressive about it, but you're like, I do not mess around, like this is exactly what you've said word to word, then you are advocating for yourself. And a 2019 study by Gallup found that employees who advocate for themselves during review are 3 times more likely to get a raise. It is always difficult. Like no one likes sitting there and being like, please give me more money. Like it is so humiliating. And I remember my first raise, I was so nervous. I was like having coffee with my manager and he was kind of awkward about it too. Like I don't think he liked talking about money either. And we were just kind of like, yeah, I was like, yeah, I think I've been doing well. He was like, yeah, I think you've been doing well too. And like it was just not the right way to have done it. And so the second time for my raise, I was way more prepared and I had examples and I had customer feedback, and I also just felt more powerful and more confident because I believed what I was saying, because I had like hardcore evidence. I wasn't like fluffing, like I truly believed I was good versus kind of like saying it but not really believing it yourself. And so all in all these little science-baked money habits, these micro habits, they're not hard to do. They're things that you could literally implement today. But everything adds up, because what you do every single day, the habits that you make, the little 1% better things that you do, they are what create change. Growing your wealth and being like, the wealthiest version of yourself doesn't come from one big idea that does really well and you grow all your money. It is all the little things that you do every single day. So if you've enjoyed this podcast episode, let me know. Please, the only thing that I ask is take a screenshot, put it on your Instagram story, send it to a friend, subscribe if you're on YouTube, because this is allowing us to reach more people, to help more people learn about how to grow their wealth, because what better world to live in? And with that, I'll see you next Tuesday.